I spent the last 6 months speaking to people who identify with this idea of utopia, and really thinking about, throughout history, we've always had these utopian streaks. These people that don't want anything to do with mass society. They want to start their own little society in the forest, or they want to create a new kind of labor system, or they think the way that we relate to each other is really fucked up, and so they want to create a new therapeutic kind of interaction. And so I think utopian misfits are people that I have a lot of time for. Utopian characteristics are something that we see playing out all over the place. They have this hopeful vision of a future that doesn't yet exist. And they really are working to create these alternative realities. And I think so much of mainstream reality are alien realities that became mainstream, right? And so for the task of the utopian is, how do we create enough of a DNA, enough of a strong DNA around my ideas, around my way of being, to actually get that to infect mainstream society. This idea that reality is up for grabs and we can operate in it. I think the shadow side of utopians are people that can't function or can't handle normal society, that they feel in some ways abused by mainstream society. And so they're seeking to be in a place where they're escaping pain that they might have encountered. Looking back, there are a number of micro drivers that I think we're experiencing now in the world that inform this utopian perspective. Crisis of meaning. More and more people, as we become more secular, as we grow out of religious organizations and institutions, as we grow out of our communities, we feel this crisis of meaning. And so why is there so much energy right now around social entrepreneurship and purpose? It's because people are trying to fill this vacuum that's been created. You see this feeling of zombification, that to get an MBA, to go into the business world, more and more people feel like they have to be zombies. And so the movement around social intrapreneurship was to say, how do you bring more of your authentic self to work? How do you bring your core values every day into the job that you do? How do you bring your emotions to work? Because the people that made up the myth of mainstream economics were largely British, and we know how British people are with their emotions. And so we're actually living out this script that's very, Anglican. And so a lot of the utopians that I know are finding ways of valuing emotions in the workplace.